Hi, my name is Ashley Prier, and for my intercultural speech, I chose the Brazilian community, and I chose this community because I interviewed someone that I used to be really close with throughout high school, who is actually from Brazil, and I had many other friends through her that I was close with from Brazil as well. I have a tremendous respect and admiration for this community. I love their people. They're such a fun, welcoming people, and throughout high school I got to know them very, very well. We talked about things from culture down there and up here, the differences, differences in families and traditions, and even differences in, our governments and money-wise, are people better off there, here, things like that. It's actually a very religious place to be in Brazil, with over 80% of their population being Roman Catholic. However, my friends were actually Christians. Their food, they eat a lot more fresh food, a lot more home-cooked meals, and let me tell you, it's delicious because they cooked for me every time I'd spend the night over at Tammy's house, and it was so good. And the chocolates she brought back when she visited down there during the summers, I mean, they would knock ours out of the ballpark every day of the week. We always used to joke, she would say that her friends down in Brazil would tell her she's getting fat because of all the American fast food she was eating. But something I really love about these people is not just their good food and warm welcomes, but their close ties. They're so close with friends and family, and it's not just intermediate, it's distant cousins, distant friends of friends. Even when I was struggling or needed something or was going through something, not just Tammy and her mom, but, all of their friends and families would be there if I really needed them, which is something really great about that people. Another thing that's really cool, and one of the many things I love about them, is that they're such a diverse group of people. Over the centuries, many nationalities have poured in, bringing their own innovations, cultures, traditions, and beliefs. A lot of people from Europe, a lot of people from Africa came in, and it's a very welcoming group. I know that Tammy said that's one thing she loves about being down there, is that despite government problems and money problems, and the poverty that that country can go through and does go through, everyone is so close and very warm and welcoming towards each other. A lot different from up here. Obviously, people may be a little bit more well off in certain areas here, but we're definitely not as friendly. And that's one thing a lot of people miss from there. I know whenever we got together, I was invited by her mom to her surprise 16th birthday party, and it was the first time I'd really been around a lot of people from Brazil all at one time, so they all spoke more than one language, Portuguese and English, sometimes more than that, and they were all really smart, really funny people, really loud, and kind of intimidating to me at first, but within 10 minutes they were all welcoming me, and I felt more at ease with them than a lot of people I grew up with, to be honest. Obviously they love soccer. They, that country, unfortunately, though they love soccer, they don't have a lot of scholarship programs within their schools, sports to help them get there. That's why a lot of people from Brazil come up here to get scholarships for sports. I know that it's very common to kiss on the cheek, hug when you're in public, talk really loud and be really close in each other's faces, which is completely different from up here. We tend to be more quiet, more reserved to a point, So it's really fun to interact with people from Brazil. Very different, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things. I really loved being around them, learning about their culture. I even picked up on a lot of their language. It's really interesting when you're around people that speak a certain language. You really do pick up on that, and I know I understood a lot better than I could speak it, but it was really, really fun. there's not a whole lot of difference in their seasons. They don't really experience winter, so that was really cool, I know, for Tammy and her friends that were up here, is, when they got to experience snow and Christmas and things like that. It was really fun. They're definitely known for a lot of parties that they have, like New Year's Carnival. That is one of the funnest celebrations they have. They also have, during like June and July, a lot of cities will celebrate the saints that they have that protect all of their cities. I know that they talk about religion a lot more down there, which obviously over 80% of their religion being Roman Catholic has a lot to do with that. Another thing I found to be cool is how close they are.